All right, we're going live, baby. You ready? All right. How is everybody doing today? I will wait just a couple of minutes to make sure we're actually live. Are we? Robin says we're live. All right. All right. Just wait a few minutes, give everybody a chance to come in. But today we're going to make, and I'm sure I'm going to get corrected in the chat, but it's a Corzetti or Corzetti press cutter. So, um, it will, if you have any questions, just leave them in the chat. Like always, Robin is on the phone with me, so she will relay the questions. And it looks like we got all the bugs worked out with the headphones, so it should all be good. Um, yeah, so we did a live, a while ago. And I asked for suggestions on different things to make, and Jay suggested we do one of these, and I had no idea what it even was. I had to Google it. So anyway, I found out what it was, and we're gonna make we're gonna make one. I actually have already made three of them. So and I'm going to give those to Andy and Franco and Chris are going to be on the virtual craft festival coming up here at the end of the month, and they're doing a cooking thing. They all love to cook, so I figured I would make one for them. All right, so I will wait just a couple more minutes, let Robin get situated in the chat and everything, and then we'll get started on these. They're super fun to make, and as I'm going through it, I will talk about all the things I learned and a better way to do it. So, if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Um, what else was I gonna talk about? Oh, and then I actually made dough. So at the end of this, we'll use one of them, and I'll show you how I cut it and everything. All right. Hey Jay, how's it going? Um, that's Robin said Jay just came on in the chat, so he is the reason we are doing this project. So it was super cool. Like I said, I had no idea what it even was, but after doing a ton of research on it, these things they're pretty popular, and so I was like just going through Google trying to figure out what it was, how it worked, and everything. So I learned a lot about what it, how did somebody correct me on how you pronounce it? Is Conzetti press? Corzetti is it's I think that's a type of pasta. But anyway, we're gonna do it, and I made the custom ones. I did uh and I put Andy Berkey's. I'll switch the camera over here. Andy Berkey's logo on them so you guys can make little Andy pastas all day long with them. All right. Um, so I used the CNC machine to actually do that. Let me switch the camera real quick and I'll show you so you can see. I put his logo right on there. I just put this on the CNC and cut it out. So super cool. It's a kind of an easy process. It's not um, as I was going through Googling everything, there's any pattern or shape you want. There's everything from flowers to, like sea patterns, like sailboats and anchors and anything you can imagine you can put on those things. And you don't have to have a CNC. You can actually just hand carve them too. So if you wanted to do it in one piece, you could carve out any design you wanted. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to make the little inserts first. And as I'm going through, I'll talk about a different way to do this too, so that it will kind of simplify the whole process. All right, let me switch cameras back over and show you that. All right, so let's go ahead and this is a maple. We're going to do these pieces here out of acacia. So I have a little bit of heartwood, a little bit of sapwood with those. They turned out really nice. Here's the ones I did for the guys. But we're going to start with the little discs first. I'm going to put that in the lathe. And we're going to turn 2 little discs, one for the top of it and one for the base. All right, I'm just going to bring this up, just support it just a little bit until I get some of the material off of here. So I used the calipers. What I did, as soon as I get these turned, I'll show a little video on the CNC. So I made these all the same size. So I'm just going to bring that diameter down to this because I cupped out a little spot on the CNC so that I could just pop the little discs in there, cut them out, and move on. All right. Crank the lathe speed up here. I'm just using the square rougher. Bring that diameter down. To get it down there a little bit, we'll go ahead and get it close. There we go. We're going to make 2 of them, so I'm just going to come back here and take a little bit more of this material off. All right. Now pull this away. We're going to clean the face of it up here real quick. And this part, you want that face as flat as possible. Light little cuts on it. Clean it up. Then we're going to go ahead and sand that perfectly smooth, and I'm going to run all the way up to, it's a little bit off right there. Bring it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to sand that all the way up to 600 so that it's nice and smooth because you don't have to touch it again. You just put it on the CNC, carve it out, and you're done. All right. You can use the side of the tool, make sure it's close. All right. And we're going to go ahead and just use the board here. Turn the lathe speed down. Just put that on there like that. Use it so it sands it nice and flat. And I'm just going to go ahead and run through all the grits here. Well, Robin, will you ask Jay what design he would like? All right, Jay, I am making this one for you. It was your suggestion. And what would you like for a design? I can cut out just about anything on the CNC. It's not too detailed. Once you get it flat with the thicker grit, then you can actually go through and just run through the lighter grits. Just try and keep even pressure down on it. So when I was doing these, I put a little tenon on it, and I'm going to do that on this one too. But I was kind of trying to figure out a better way to do it. So when I looked them all up online, and there's a bunch of people selling them, you have to buy like the whole press and the top and everything all together. It's like one piece. And I thought that doesn't make much sense. You should be able to just change these little rosettes if you want a different pattern on it instead of having to buy a whole nother, top and bottom and the press and everything. So I was thinking you could use like those threaded inserts, like these little guys right there. You could actually thread that into the handle, and that way you can unscrew the rosettes. So I was looking into those. They're pretty easy. You can buy these just about anywhere, and then put a threaded part in the little rosette thing. But after looking at all those, I thought a magnet would be much better. All you'd have to do is recess a magnet in these both these pieces, and that way you could just buy different patterns on the rosettes, and you wouldn't have to buy the rest of the piece. So I thought that would work fantastic, and because you're pushing them together, it doesn't really matter. You even it doesn't even have to be a very strong magnet. It's just going onto this piece, and it would just pop on and center itself. You'd have a magnet in here and magnet in there. Just pop on, you press your pasta, and you're done. If you wanted a different design, just switch over. All right, so I got that all sanded up, smooth to 600. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring the tenon down here. So this part here, it didn't seem to really matter on the size. I just kind of randomly picked a size, at thickness about like that. But you can make them thicker. You can make this out of one piece too. So bring this down. I make a tenon down here. And so when you're making this, the only thing you want to do is undercut that a little bit, because when they go together, you don't want to be bowed out and have it not sit flat. You want to have that cupped out on the inside, just a little bit. Go, and I was making them all the same size, so I just used a open-ended wrench here, put it up there, use that. It works perfect to size it. You're done. Clean up that a little bit. Then you can go ahead and turn the lathe speed down, turn it in reverse. Oh, let me sand that real quick, just a little bit. Oh, cool. All right, I'll figure something out. All right, just going to run through the grits. And I'm just sanding them all dry because I want to oh, hey, Franco. Yes, I will. I'm going to get them in the mail. I got to glue them together, and then they're on their way. So I have the lathe spinning in reverse. Oh, right. St. Patrick's Day. Snowflake. Very cool. There we go. It's perfectly smooth. And I'm just going to actually put mineral oil on this part, so it's food safe. The other part I put the Howards on, but yeah, on this part, it's in the only part that's actually touching the food, and then it'll be glued together. So I'm going to make one more real quick while we're here. And I saw, I mean, they were there were a bunch of these for sale, and there was ones from Italy, and they were like $125. They were like, I don't know, they were made hand cut quarter sawn maple or something from Italy. I'm just doing the same thing. Make sure it's nice and flat. Got all the grain out of it. All right. Bring this down just a little bit before I start sanding. All right, and I'm just going to run through the same process with this, with making sure it's flat. And actually, I need to bring the diameter down. I need to make sure that's right too. Yeah, they need to be both of them need to be the same diameter, because you cut out the little disc and then just smash them both together. All right, I forgot to bring the diameter down. Crank this back up for a second. All right. Then we can finish sanding it. Robin isn't talking much. Everybody must be quiet in the chat. Nice. All right. So that's probably good for that one, and then we'll move on. Has anybody else besides Jay made one of these before? Or something like it? Like a press like this? They, yeah, all the ones I could find were, you had to buy one, and it was the just one piece. And if you wanted a different pattern, you had to buy another one. So I think using the magnets would work good. Everybody just low key. Try not to. All right. I'm almost done with these, and then I'll show you the CNC part. But I actually already did it, so it's just a little video that will be playing. Yeah, I think, so when I was thinking about using the threaded part, those threads, which would work really well, I think, but I think the magnets are probably the easiest way to go. And you can still actually just recess the magnet in it and then use that magnet on the CNC. Just countersink some pockets in, set them on the CNC with the magnets. You might have to put a little bit of double-sided tape down, but I think it would all be good. All right, that one's. Franco, they are big bucks, and I just let me know what you want, because they don't take very long at all, and I think I've figured out with those magnets a way to do it really fast. You would only need one press and cutter, and then you could make whatever you want for the inserts. They really don't take any time. Same thing, I'm just going to use the wrench there. I put Andy's logo on it too. I figured that way you guys would always have a little bit of Andy in your life. Turn the lathe speed down again. So I don't have the vacuum cleaner on right now, but so I had to make 6 of those little rosettes with Andy's face on it. And that's not true, because I had to make 7 because the vacuum cleaner sucked one of them up and it exploded in the blades. I cried. All right. I was almost done with all of them too, and it fell off and just right in there. All right, there they are, little discs, and then those will be set into the top and bottom. All right, let me show you real quick. We'll go over here and show you how I actually did them on the CNC. I got a little video all lined up and everything. I just recessed a little pocket in there and had, and then stole Andy's logo. I don't want to get a copyright claim, Andy. So I don't want you filing any sort of complaint about me stealing your logo. But yeah, it worked out really cool. Can you finish with a poly on top of a tung oil base? That I don't know. I'm not sure. Anybody else out there know? But I'm for these ones I want just a food safe finish, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it just cut them out pretty quick. I did just did them all, and then had to go back and make a 7th one because it exploded. All right. Yeah, it was a lot easier than I thought. Just kind of looking at them. All right, I'm going to take that out now. Now we're going to make the top part. Put this right in here. This is going to be the handle. What's in the big container? I used a wet sand. Well, I think I sometimes put it in a Tupperware, but here it is right there. It is Howard. It's weed and feed, or weed and feed. It's weed and wax. It's beeswax and orange oil. So I a lot of times just take it right out of this bottle. But yeah, sometimes I had it in a Tupperware, and it works great. I also use the Doctor's walnut oil, and it works fantastic too. All right, so this is going to be the top, the handle part right there. I'm going to work on this part of it down here first. I'll get this cleaned up on the face, and then I'll switch cameras so you can get a better view of it coming, what I do on the end of it there. But yeah, it's pretty simple little knob. You want it kind of comfortable, so it fits in your hand comfortable. So on this part, you want this cupped out, concaved a little bit. You want it so that it sits on there with the little, I don't know, is it called a rosette? I'm not sure. Do I thin out the Howards? No, I don't. I just shake the bottle. I kind of shake it just about every time I use it. Alright, so I'm just cupping it out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and bring the tailstock up here for just a second. So put the live center in, the one that has the little point in it, and the reason I do that is so that it has, I now have a center hole right there, dead center. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. And now I'm going to switch to the Jacobs chuck with the drill. And this drill bit is the size for that, for my worm screw. That's going to go in the chuck, and we're going to hold on to it with that. We'll turn the lathe speed down, lock this thing in there, slowly crank it in, try and keep it as straight as possible. So I go in a little deeper than I need because we're going to have to fit that that little tenon inside of here. So, back it out, clean that off real quick. I had the vacuum going the whole time I was doing this before too. Gets rid of a lot of the dust. All right, got that done. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn the diameter of this down to the little plugs. Actually, I need to cup that out a little bit more. So now I need to open up that hole just a little bit. Let me switch cameras here for you real quick. I can see what I'm doing down here. How's that? All right, there we go. Nice meatballs. Very cool. All right. I'm going to open that up just a hair. And I'm going to use the parting tool for that. Just go in just a little bit. Because it doesn't go in there very far. You don't have to go in too far. About a ½ an inch or so. Just like that. I just pressed against it. It just burns its way right into it. That way it's centered. It's nice. There's no slop in it. And it burned a little bit right out there, but yeah, and then we'll bring the diameter of this down to fit that. And then all you have to do is put a little bit of glue on there. I'll pop them together just like that. The only thing is that you want to do is make sure that for these, you need a good solid clean wood. Like something like maple. You don't want anything with any kind of pits in it because this is what's getting pressed into the dough. All right. Bring the diameter down. And a little bit more. Go nice and slow because you want that to fit together nicely. And get it really close. There we go. Got it. And then I'm going to round that over just a little bit and start shaping it. So we're good there. All right. Now I'll switch the camera back up to the top. Is Andy out there? Okay. All right. Because I got a complaint. His shirt just keeps shrinking. And so it's not cool. He's got some kind of magic shrinking threads. Just gonna round it over and then make the knob up on top. And then, because we drilled that hole in it, I can actually just flip it right around and use that to finish off the top of it. And these are actually fairly small. They're not huge. I think altogether they look like they're about 5 or 6 inches tall with the top and the base. Andy, it doesn't make me look buff. It just accentuates my gut. Buff. I put it on and Robin goes, "Come here," and she had to check the tag on the back to make sure it wasn't hers, and which hurt even more. And she goes, "No, that one's yours." Not cool. All right, they got the worm screw in there. So we're going to go ahead and put this down on here. That's a little disc. Show that here real quick. It's just a thin piece of plywood. I just drilled a hole right down through the center of it and put it on there. And it's going to stop it. It'll go in there. I'm just threading it straight on there, and it's going to lock this whole thing together so that you can finish turning it and finish sanding the whole thing. All right, I'm going to flip back over. I'm going to bring the tailstock back up. Support it a little bit when I get this material off here. Well, thank you, Andy, but it doesn't make up for the small shirt, the super small shirt. Oh, all right. I'm going to turn this off here, and then we'll get this thing sanded up. Yeah, they just have a ton of different designs on these, so it's kind of cool. I didn't even know what they were, but yeah, there's a ton of different things you can get. Yeah, I saw a set of them, and they were like, I don't know, $250 or something. I thought, wow, you really have to be into pasta for that. All right, now I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. Get rid of that little nub there. Robin and I were talking too earlier. So we're always bouncing ideas off of each other, and I thought it would be a good idea to change our channel name and just jump on the bandwagon. So we're going to add like a plus at the end of it, like the Woodshop TV Plus or Max, to jump on the streaming bandwagon. What do you think, plus or max? It's going to be all the same content. It's just going to be plus or max. All right, let me grab. I am going to turn the dust collector on here real quick. All right. Sand this whole thing. Oh yes, it is, Scott. Yeah, it is. It's been raining, but it's nice. It's springtime here. I don't know. It's probably 55. We're having a heat wave here. 55 is pretty much summer in Oregon. Yeah, well, don't tell them that we actually have a summer. They'll want to keep moving up here. Plus, all right, the Woodshop TV Plus. I was, Chris, not cool. I think yours is going to take a little longer in the mail, and might be damaged. I told Robin we should just put the word smart in front of it, because anytime you put the word smart in front of something, it makes it better. You got your smart cars, smart TV, smartphone. They even have a smart tap water. We could be the smart shop. All right. I'm gonna run through the rest of the grits too, real quick. Turn it in reverse, go through. Oh, and Robin said somebody had a question whether we were having another class earlier, and yes. Oh, Monique, yes, we have a hollow form class coming up, and somebody suggested doing an urn, so we're going to do actually just combine it into one class. We'll do hollow form and urn, and we'll do that next weekend. All right. Run through the rest of them. These are actually like, I had a whole little system going when I was making them, and I don't know, they're probably, I want to say like a half an hour, excluding the CNC and setting all that up, but But yeah, I think if you did them with either the threaded inserts or the magnets, you could make, you know, just a bunch of handles. They will all fit on each other, and then cut out rosettes whenever you wanted. Do a couple more of these. Oh, a honeycomb pattern. No, I didn't do one with the honeycomb pattern, but maybe he saw the coasters you did. But yeah, you could actually do a honeycomb pattern on it too. Yeah, it just kind of, you know, it's just open as far as designs you can put on it. That's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of, let me turn the dust collector off. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Howards on it. Same thing I did with these ones. Just brings out the color in it. This part isn't actually, you know, touching the food, so it's not a big deal. Plus it's not um, you know, it's absorbing into the wood. I don't think the stuff says it's food safe, but this part isn't the part that's getting smashed into the pasta anyway. Did you tell the guys they should be really proud because I actually went in there and made dough, and I've never made dough before in my life. I had it piled up on the countertop and putting eggs in it, and I had no idea what I was doing, but it actually like worked. Oh, well, on the CNC. Oh, okay. Yeah, that Robin's coasters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would look cool. All right, and they just unthread that easy, just like that. They take your little rosette and glue it right on there. So, like I said before, if it wasn't that way, you could still drill the hole to turn it like this to get that part of it done. You would just take a Forstner bit and cut a larger hole in here to recess the magnet in, and it would just pop right on there. And like I said, they're getting smashed together, so there's no chance it's going to come off, and then you could just change them anytime. But I'm going to glue that together. Oh, that's funny you should say that, Andy. Video or it didn't happen, because Robin was right there filming me. Those are my hands in there kneading dough, which is not something I do. No, there's no, that's Jamie. There's no water in dough. Duh. I'm a chef. Water in dough. Well, thank you. Yeah, I made it, and then Robin's reading it off on the computer on how to do it, and she's going, "Okay, you got it. Now you have to knead it for 10 minutes or 8 minutes or something." And I was kneading dough. I go, "How much longer?" She goes, "You still got 6 minutes. Just keep kneading." All right, this is the bottom. So same thing. I'm going to cup this out just a little bit. We're going to put this one in there. I do. I'm not a food guy, I'm sorry. But these are made with love. They're gluten-free, vegan, A little bit of flaxseed and quinoa, and just a pinch of allspice. These presses are made with love. All right. A little bit more. Ooh. All right. Hey, how's it going? Oh, that's right. I have to do a water project this month too. Yeah, Bruce challenged me to do one. Yep, very cool. All right, I'm just gonna set that point right in there, just so I have a marker for it. Actually, I'll bring that diameter down a little bit while I'm right here. Just bring that down just a little bit, just to get it true. Yeah, that's all we need, really. All right, then same thing with this. I'm going to go ahead and put the drill bit in. Harold, yes, we are going to get to see these in use. I did make dough, and hopefully it didn't like rise in the refrigerator or something. I made it like so. We made it like an hour and a half ago because we've just been busy, and then it says you're supposed to let it rest for an hour, and we're looking at each other. We don't have an hour to let anything rest, so it rested for about 20 minutes, and then I rolled it out. But it's in the fridge, and I will get it out here quickly. All right, let me make sure that went in there far enough. Jamie, what did Jamie say? He said we have the tea. What do we have? Oh, we have dough for sandwiches. Jamie, it's not that kind of dough. It's American dough. It's like for pasta, not sandwiches. And I don't think you have tea with pasta. We don't even eat pasta. We're we. It's funny because we were making the pasta, and she goes, "You're supposed to put how much salt in it," and we're like measuring it out. And I look at her and go, "We're not even going to eat it. It just has to stick together." Just pushing it in there, it's just burning its way in. Just like that. I say pasta funny. Pasta. Pasta. Huh. All right. Now I'm going to bring this up just for a little support to this. Tea and tacos. We have tea with everything. All right. Now I'm going to bring the diameter of that down. Actually, I probably should have done that before I brought that up. But all right, let's get it close. Check that. A little bit more. And the reason I keep bringing the tailstock up is just so it doesn't vibrate. I'm just trying to keep away from that. All right, there we go. We got just a little bit of a lip there, which with sanding, that will come out. Now I'm going to pull this back up and bring the rest of it down. Oh, okay. Was that Franco that said he didn't? Oh, Jay. Okay, he's going to do the magnet. Okay. All right, Jay. I won't glue it on. Yeah, I think if you were going to make them, I would go with the magnet. I think it's the quickest way to do it. Robin just said she doesn't think I should glue any of them. You guys want yours glued? Well, it's going to be kind of a pain to use it without them glued. Robin said you guys all have glue. Is that true? I think this is a one-of-a-kind Berkey Fischetti press. I think they have to use it for that. All right, this is the bottom. Oh, Corzetti. So this is the bottom of it. Has a little cutter on the bottom. I put some beads in there. I'm going to do the same thing on this and just lining it up right there. And I'm putting my mark down there. That'll be this top ring. And then there's my bottom, the very bottom of it. Two, I don't think you want them like very tall because you're pressing down on it. You don't want it a little, too tippy. So. All right, Andy, done. This is a one-use Fischetti. All right, the beading tool here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in 5 beads on it. Rock it back and forth a little bit till I get a good bead. All right. Like that. Yeah, if anybody's interested, I think they should start making these things because they seem to be well worth the money to to make them. Close up of the beading tool. Yes, hang on one sec. All right, so I'm just bringing that shoulder down right before the first bead with the spindle gouge, and I'm just going in just a little bit right there. So it's a fine detailed little spindle gouge and beading tool. Beading tool is right there. Is that close enough? Can we see that? And this one works like that. This is the tool rest right here. It goes upside down like that. I know it seems a little weird, but that's the way it works. There we go. Got it? All right. All right. Now, let me pull the... I'll flip over. Now we're gonna burn these things. I'm really hesitant about using this other camera now because I feel self-conscious. You see how small this shirt is, Andy? It's like a child size. And I think maybe you just swap tags because it says extra large on it, but I'm not feeling it. Get that out of the way. burnt all the grooves there. All right. Get this right back up there. Then we'll go ahead and part that off right there. And then we'll flip this whole thing around and do the same thing. We'll thread it right on there and then make that recess in the back. Pull this way. Same thing with this. Put the lathe in reverse. Just like that. All right. Oh, bonjour. How are you doing? Late? It's late over there, right? Yeah. Thank you. All right, same thing here. Put that little press on there. This threads right on there. And so with this, I did it a couple of times. I threaded on about 3/4 of the way and then back it out because it's like, it gets kind of full of shavings and stuff. So it kind of, it's almost like it binds up. And then I put it back on. And then you just want it to lock down flat. Just like that. So let me switch cameras here because this part is a little, I kind of just want to show you on it. You don't want to, I say that, like I know what I'm doing or I know what I'm actually talking about. And I really don't. And I actually haven't even cut out anything with one of these yet. But so we're going to create a little cutter here and I'm going to V this in, but you don't want to, I'm assuming you don't want to make this too thin because it'll chip out on you. So I left them, I cupped it in that way, but I didn't make this too sharp. I mean, we're just cutting pasta. It's not like it needs to be a razor, but I don't think you want that edge really sharp because, pressing down on it, and twisting back and forth, it could break. So that was an executive decision I made not to make those too sharp. So with this, I'm coming at probably, 30-degree angle, leaving just a little bit right there. I'm going to turn this on again because it's super dusty. Oh. The pasta's really thin too, so you don't have to go crazy. It doesn't have to be that deep. Get rid of the material out of the center. Like that. Just kind of cleaned it up a little bit across there, that little edge. All right, you can kind of see I left it, an 1/8 of an inch or so. I mean, it's not that thin. And then we'll just take the sandpaper and wrap it around there and create that nice smooth little corner. Again, right back to the sandpaper. Lathe speed down. And what I did is I just took it and wrapped it around that corner there. So it basically just putting a bead on the top of it. Then I just sanded out the rest of it. Oh, Scott. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's why they didn't do it. But I was thinking there's a lot of wood turners out here, so we could do it a better way. And so I watched a video on the guy because I wanted to see actually how they were done, and they actually do they make them, and his are all hand carved. And he seemed like a really cool guy. But yeah, he was actually showing them all. But he has his table there with his dough and everything, and he's got like I don't know, there's probably 15 or 20 of them in front of him. And I'm thinking I mean, even if you did hand carve them, you could still make the rosettes interchangeable and save a whole bunch of space by, not having to have the top and bottom for every single one. Butcher block oil yeah, what I did was I put the Howards on the outside here, but the inside just used mineral oil. So mineral oil is food safe, but yeah, butcher block oil. There, General Finishes has a salad bowl oil, and it works. It's a food safe finish, and it goes on really nice too. I think by sanding them up to 600 too, they're super smooth. So the guy I was watching make them, he said too, he just takes he buys like a toothbrush and just uses that to clean them out. Because it really, just a not his own toothbrush, just a dedicated toothbrush for it. So, because basically you're just kind of cleaning out the flour and maybe a little bit of dough that's in there, but yeah, I don't know. I think the interchangeable rosettes is a good idea. The only thing I probably wouldn't do is use, like I think I said, I wouldn't use a piece of burl or something with a bunch of voids in it. You could use burl, like a solid piece or something, and that would look nice. But yeah, I don't think you want to getting in there with bunch of bark enclosures or stuff. Be hard to clean out. I forgot to turn the camera on. We got a gun show over here. Forgot to change camera. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to freak everybody out. All right, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the Howards on there. Turn the lathe speed down. Thank you, Jamie. Say your pasta properly. Is that like pasta? Is that like herbs and herbs? Like you put herbs on your food? How do the English say herbs? Is that the same thing? All right. So I just put the Howards on the bottom of it there, and then this part it's a mineral oil, so it'll do the same exact thing. It'll just be the food. It'll be food safe, and the other stuff, like I said, is not. I don't. It doesn't say food safe on it, but. And if I was going to make these and sell these, I would definitely just use probably food safe. Find something to use for the whole thing and just make them food safe. But I'm not selling anything, so yeah. But it really darkens the wood up, and I'll get that later. All right. But yeah. Just like that. So I would definitely, the reason I made these out of a different kind of wood is because I just wanted something clean. I knew there was maple's a good, good wood. They make butcher blocks and everything else out of it. So I know that it's okay. I didn't want to use like walnut or something, but I don't think they would have an issue with that. But yeah, if you were doing like the whole thing solid, you wouldn't have that ring in it. But I think if you switch and do the magnets, you can actually hook those two right back together for storage, and then have your little press plates in a separate bag. But yeah, it's got some beautiful grain on it. All right, I won't glue them together. I'll just ship them just like that. And I'll get some mineral oil on that right there. All right, what are we doing? Oh, yes, I showed them the ones that were done. Oh, show the other ones? Oh, yeah, yeah. Here's the Berkey ones. The Berkey logo. Seymour. Yeah. So I think, I mean, definitely you might, if you were going to make a bunch of these, maybe find a wood. I don't know if this is good wood for the food. That's why I didn't do it, but there it is. All right, let's go get some dough and smash these things together. Right? All right, and Jay, I will get something carved out on there. Oh, Robin just said, do you have a CNC? Or you can carve, I can just send them blank and you can like hand carve your own. Whatever you would like. I can carve it out. Not hand carve it out, but with the CNC. All right, let me switch cameras back here. All right. Yeah. I think it's a cool little project, and I think, yeah. Oh, thank you, Franco. I will get these in the mail to you guys. Then the guys are all going to be on the virtual craft festival too. I don't know what they're making, but are you guys like all making something different, or I'm not sure what they're doing, but there you go. And you could have a little bit of Andy in your life at every meal. Okay, well we'll carve something out. Yeah. All right. Should we let me get a board and let's show you how this thing works. This is Thank you, Chris. Giddy. All right. We will I'll get the thing, and this is a maiden voyage because I've never actually like done this part. There's a lot of firsts on this one. What's funny is like, it's kind of a simple project, but I love projects like this. It was, I'd never made one before. As I'm turning the first one and figuring out, how to get it back on the lathe, how to finish it, I come up with the idea of doing the inserts to make it easier so you could actually, just kind of speed up the whole process and make the discs removable. And then, by a couple hours ago, before, as I'm looking stuff up on the inserts, I think the magnets are the way to go. Super easy. And, they just pop on and off and for cleaning or whatever. All right. Oh, you're you're just gonna cook and they're gonna heckle you. Nice. That's friends for you right there, Franco. Oh, that's good. That is good. All right. Oh, will you bring me the dough? Robin's bringing me the dough. I will come and grab it at the door. She just has socks on and it's filthy out here. All right, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Franco, you're gonna be impressed with this. Look at that. That's hand kneaded, hand rolled dough. That probably doesn't look right, right? Does it look okay? They said to roll it out paper thin, but they had the machine that did it and everything else. It's probably not thin enough. I don't know. They said paper thin, but it's pretty thin. All right. All right. So this little part right here, this little cup goes down there and you twist it and it cuts them out. They pop out of there just like that. And then you take them and it's the same diameter as the rest of it. So you put them like right on there like that. Hopefully this works. Thank you, Andy. Thanks, brother. All right. And then, yeah, it would all be hooked together. And they just kind of, he was just throwing them on there. It wasn't, real critical. I don't know how much pressure you're supposed to put down on it. Look at that. Holy cow. Holy cow. Are you guys seeing this? Look at that. It made a little Berkey. That's awesome. I love it. That makes me want to eat pasta. Look at that. Well, that's a first. It worked the first time. Look at that. That in the light. I love it. And then you just cook these little things up and eat them. It was, I had no idea what it was. I'm sure I've had it before, but yeah, I love it. I love it. Look at that. I was like 50% sure it was actually going to work. I probably should have tested it before, but it did. Look at that. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I will tell you this, though. This is just press board, so I don't know. This, I think, can they also be used on cookies? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a different dough, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. This isn't quite as, I don't know. I mean, this dough is really thick too, so it might be completely different. I'm going to send these to you guys, and you tell me. But I'm thinking this might need to be a little sharper, but I'm not sure. It does go in there. It only takes a couple twists to break it free, but that I don't know. Let me know if, but it is pretty thick too. So, but yeah, sweet. Robin, Robin, are you there? It actually, it actually works. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, work on cooking. All right. Sweet. Sweet. All right. I love it. Yeah. Very cool. Actually really, I had, like I said, I had no idea what one of these even was a week ago, but I had a lot of fun trying, just making one and figuring it out. And yeah, yeah, super cool. So Jay, thank you so much for the suggestion. And I will get your disc, something carved out on them, and then we will get them in the mail. And I won't glue those ones in. Yeah, I'm sure somebody else can make better dough than me, but it's all good. All right, all right. Robin said she think the dough turned out pretty good. I Yeah, so the recipe we found, it was like for like 2.5 cups of flour, and so we just cut the whole recipe in half because we didn't need that much. So but it would probably, I don't know, I have no idea. I like hand kneaded it and mixed it and then just hand rolled it out because we don't have a press or anything. So I don't know, it'd probably be a lot better. Do I know what what jammy jodger? I have no idea what a jammy jodger is. Oh, Play-Doh press, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Bruce. Oh, what did Bruce miss? Everything. It worked, Bruce. The press actually worked. Here, I'll switch back over. Look at that. We got little baby Berkeys. Hang on. That one's doesn't have a bunch of dough on it. Can you see that? It's little Berkeys. Oh, they're cookies. Oh. Right? Very cool. Yeah, it was, yeah, super fun. Franco, seriously, if you want one, I can just I'm going to send you this one because it's a Berkey one, but I can make another one with those magnets, and it's literally not hard at all just to whip those discs out and carve out anything you want. So you don't have to get one. They're not. Yeah, seriously, it's like a half an hour project. Yeah, I was actually, when I thought about the magnets, I started looking those up and see if you could get. Then I found some discs that are inch and a quarter. So they're good sized magnets. They'd be easy. They'd stick on there nice, and yeah. Forever in pasta. Can you imagine going to a dinner party, Andy, and having Berkey pasta? You should. That's what you need, is a pasta dinner party, right? I couldn't make a press big enough to do a taco. It's just for special things. Oh, okay. Just special occasions. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, it's the I don't think they I'm probably completely wrong, but everything I saw was they actually just make them, and they have different designs on them, and that's the dish. they would cook these and put a little bit of olive oil and some some little garnishing on something on it. But that was the dish. It was just it's kind of like I mean probably like an appetizer or something, But I didn't see any of them with like a bunch of red sauce or I don't know. Oh, maybe it was pesto, but yeah, I didn't. It wasn't like going in something else. But yeah, yeah. So did we? Good. Perky raviolis. Did we come to a consensus on we are changing our channel name to the plus plus? Okay, all right. I'll do a social media burst and let everybody know we're the Woodshop TV Plus now. I still think smart was the way to go. All right. She's not buying it. All right, pasta. All right. I am like so happy they came out. Yeah, and then you take them and put them in like a Ziploc or a container and put them in the fridge, and they last for weeks. You know what? I'll go find that guy's video again, and I'll put a link down below in the description of this one because it was kind of cool, and he actually makes them, and um, he hand carves all the. I want to say like rosette, but I don't know. That's probably not even the right word. But turbo, that's a good one. Extreme. How about extreme? Smart plus max. That's it. Smart plus max extreme. Oh. Um, oh. All right. Yeah. Pasta and wine. Sounds good. All right. I think that's it. Oh yeah, we have a class coming up next weekend if you're interested. We're doing the hollow forms, a texture pattern. So, okay, so one thing I did think of as I was doing these too, you don't have to have a CNC. You could, you could actually take that beading tool and when you're doing your discs up there too, you could actually just come in with the beading tool and do, beads all the way in. So that would be a cool pattern. You could just do the beads. Um, but yeah, even, something like the honeycomb or crisscross pattern. With the CNC, it kind of opens up a bunch of different things, and it probably would. It would hold a lot more of the pesto or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know anything about food, Franco. I'm sorry. If I just make Berkey's the grooves on it deeper. Andy, apparently everybody wants your eye sockets to hold a lot more sauce and flavor. So I'm gonna have to go in deeper. Yeah. I I gotta tell you, I literally was 50% whether it was actually gonna do anything to it when I smashed it together. But it worked. That's awesome. All right. Um, I'll put the link down below to that other guy because he actually just talks about how to make it and how to store it and everything. If you're interested in that that kind of thing, actually making this stuff. But yeah, the ones he does, and like I said, it was even if you wanted to hand carve them, even if you wanted to do that, you could still just hand carve the little rosettes and put a magnet on them, and you would only need one press. Yeah. Andy. Oh, well, I got I got a bag right here from this teeny shirt. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get a new one. So you sell XXX extra large? Because I'm gonna need to buy another one. This one started shrinking as soon as I got it. So, all right, guys. I think that's about it. I don't have any other words of wisdom about pasta. Not that I had any. Yes. Yeah. Um. Yeah. The only thing I would say is make the press part out of a good, clean, solid piece of wood, and then the this part of it too. Make that just comfortable on your hand because you actually do have to push down on it. So make that comfortable. I wouldn't make it pointy or put a bunch of decoration on it. But it's literally the cutter and the where the presses go together, and you can do anything else you want on the rest of it. You know, it's kind of a cool project for doing creative stuff with it. Yeah. All right. All right. I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank. All right. Thank you so much. Next Sunday, Scott said Saturday. Did I say Sunday? Well, I the Scott said next Sunday. Sorry, if I misspoke, it's next Saturday. Uh, I think it's the 13th or something. And same time, we'll do it at 11. Yep. All right. Roost, yeah, it's a cool project. Yeah, and it's got Berkey, so it's a win-win. All right, guys. Two, if the craft festival is coming up, so that is coming up. It's the 27th, so at the end of the month. So go if somebody throw a link up there and turned out, and that's going to be in it again. Should be another blast. Yeah, once I upload it, I'll put that link to that other guy's video and the craft festival, and I think that was yeah, I think that was it. Trying to think of what else I talked about. Can't even. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All good. All right. Again, Jay, thanks so much for the suggestion. It was a fun one. I really enjoyed it, and I will get that in the mail to you as well. And all you guys, I'll put them in the mail on Monday, so you should have them pretty soon. All right. Have a great one, guys. Bye.